Hello and good afternoon, everyone. So today we are here to talk about certain more aspects of soft skills. I will start with the important notification on the companies that is coming. I know I'm doing this every day, but this is just to recap about the selection process. What we're going to do today is after I'm done with the first segment of orientation and certain more updated information for you, I will open up the line in another 15-20 minutes so that you can call and ask your questions. So we'll do the interactive session first today. Then I will go ahead and speak about certain aspects of jam session. After I speak about things that you need to pay attention to in terms of jam session, I would ideally want you guys to call me back so that I can speak to you and give you a topic for jam session. Yesterday, we got very few calls because I told you I want to hear what you have written, but most of you chose not to call. I cannot really force anyone to call and tell me how much you have learned. It's your decision end of the day. You want to learn and you want to show to me that how much have you improved. You don't want to do that. It's completely your choice. So if you want me to continue just training and training but not checking are you learning, then I'm pretty sad about it. So when I open up the lines today, after some time, another 20 minutes, I would want as many people to call because we have made the infrastructure available so that you can call. This is for your benefit. If you don't want to take the benefit out of it, it's completely your choice. I cannot really force anyone. All right. So in terms of the companies, again, a repeat information because I was told we need to speak about this in extensive detail. Capgemini, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Infosys, A.P.S.S.D.C, 25th October onwards. Mark the date, 25th October onwards, all the drives will start. The success ratio for most of these companies, even if I have to take an example of Tech Mahindra, the success rate of all these companies are anywhere between 15 to 20%, which means out of 100 students, they interview 100 students who write the first round, and the number of students who are actually getting the offer letter, the appointment letter, is between 15 to 20%. That's on the higher side. The lower side is somewhere around 8%, which means majority of them are not able to get through the final round. The main problem why they are not able to get through the final round is absence of certain skills, inability to portray and display certain skills. These trainings are meant to give you those skills so that you are successful. If you tell me you are learning, I will not believe it. I need to see that you are learning. So when you call and speak, I still see certain mistakes being done even after completing grammar and pronunciation and vocabulary. So my question is, I'm not very sure how many of you are practicing every day. So you need to practice every day. You need to put all the learning into application. Only then you will see the result. Okay. So today you must have had the aptitude session as well as the technical session. This is the selection criteria: aptitude, verbal ability, essay, comprehension, interview, technical round, HR round, jam session, group discussion. Today I will speak a bit on jam session. I will speak a lot on body language and etiquette. We have a word in English language which is etiquette. Alright, it's not etiquette, it is etiquette. What do we mean by etiquette? Etiquette means mannerism. Etiquette means certain behavior. How you should behave in front of certain set of people. If you are at home, you behave certain way, but when you are in office, the behavior has to change, your body language has to change, your appearance has to change. If I am at home, I can just wear a t-shirt and shorts, but when I am in a professional environment, my behavior has to change, my dressing has to change, the way I talk has to change, my gestures has to change. All these aspects will be covered today. I will specifically display and illustrate why dressing sense is very, very important. I will give you examples and I will show you why we pay so much of attention to it. All right. In terms of company specific assessment process, we have essay writing and no verbal ability for Capgemini, but general aptitude. Tech Mahindra has essay writing and visual based essay, general aptitude and verbal ability. Wipro has general English, general aptitude and verbal ability. Infosys has reading comprehension, general aptitude and verbal ability. Emphasis has Versant. I am still not sure how many of you have done homework on Versant, how many of you have done a little practice and more research on Versant, because it's not going to be easy. Then they also have general aptitude and verbal ability. So all these trainings are meant to give you all the required skills and all the required tools to be good in whatever you do. All right. So any questions that you have so far, whatever we have done. So in terms of our coverage so far, in last 11 or 12 sessions, we finished communication. We spoke about 4 pillars. In these 4 pillars, we spoke specifically about pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, fluency. Then in terms of practice sessions, we did lot of practice in terms of synonyms, antonyms, meaning of the word, fill in the blanks, correcting grammar sentences. Some of you called and asked difference between certain similar words. I spoke about that as well. Specific to grammar, we spoke about verb, we spoke about tense, we spoke about article, and we also spoke about subject verb agreement. So pretty much all the important essentials have been completed. In pronunciation, we did an extensive session on consonant and vowel sounds, syllable stress. We looked at intonation, we looked at fluency in specific, in terms of fillers, foghorns, intonation, rate of speech, tone of the voice, all those aspects were completed. So now when you call me, I need to hear that whatever you have learned so far, you are putting that to practice. We move to the next segment in terms of our learning. We move to writing skills. I also spoke a bit on speaking skills. For example, if you have to speak about yourself in an interview, how should you speak? You should state your name, your education background in reverse order. Then you speak about a bit on your family. You speak about your strength. You speak about your weakness. What should you speak in strength? Strength is something which helps the organization, which builds your personality. Weakness is something which is a developmental need, improvement area in your personality. If you convert that weakness to strength, then it adds to more benefit for the organization. So these were some of the examples we looked at. We looked at interest and hobby. So when I cover interview, I will speak even more in detail when it comes to interview. So we'll speak about all that today. All right. So the main segment will be on body language. Then I will also speak about interview. So that will probably help you. So we'll open up the lines now, because yesterday we said you have questions. First segment 2 to 3 will make it interactive. If you have questions, you can start calling in. You have the numbers flashing on the bottom of the screen. There are 2 paid numbers and 1 toll-free number. So please pick up the phone and call. And what I will do today is I will speak specific to body language and etiquette. Okay. So the lines are open. You may call and ask your questions on everything that has been covered so far in terms of communication, communication tree. I spoke about regional influence. I spoke about mother tongue influence, how it impacts the grammar and word order. I gave examples, extensive examples, when we are translating from Telugu to English, how we carry certain words. And for example, people usually say, I'm having a training right now. Now having is a wrong form. We cannot be saying having, because I'm in a session right now, I'm participating in a training right now. Having means consuming. For example, you say, I am having lunch. All right, we have the first caller. Great. Good afternoon. How are you?
Very good afternoon, John.
Hi.
Hope you recognize me. This is Vinod.
Yes, Vinod, please go ahead. I wonder why you are the only person calling.
I do wonder.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Go ahead. What's your question?
Today I have a couple of questions, not a single one. I tried calling you yesterday, but as well, but I wasn't able to reach you.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, when I'm speaking with someone, I'm not telling my fluency is great, but my fluency depends on the other person whom I'm speaking with. If the person I'm speaking with was fluent, I don't know how I will use words which I really don't know. I haven't used before. But if I'm talking to a person who doesn't know English much, the rate of the speech is low. I fumble myself when I'm speaking with him. So does this problem happen to everyone, or myself alone?
Okay, can you elaborate on your question again? Your fluency differs from person to person, whoever you are speaking with?
If I'm speaking with a person who is fluent at English, I will use vocabulary which I haven't used earlier.
Okay.
But when I'm speaking to another person, who doesn't have much fluency or who doesn't have much vocabulary, I fumble. I don't know why. Does this happen to everyone or me alone?
Okay.
And there are, one more thing is, in general, what we call, hey, what's up? Some friends will call us, right? Hey, what's up? How are you?
Yes.
What's the proper reply for hey, what's up? Or something like that. And one more thing, while writing a essay, how to convert a direct speech into indirect speech. Last time I went for an interview in which they asked me to write an essay on a topic. Topic is named as a memorable day in your life.
Can you speak a little louder?
I will. I attended an interview earlier in my summer holidays for a BPO. While they asked me to write an essay, the essay was about a memorable day in your life.
Okay.
The most memorable day in your life.
Rememberable or memorable?
Memorable, sir.
Yes.
Most memorable day in your life.
Okay.
So in that, I wanna convert an indirect speech into indirect speech when I'm putting in essay. I have to do it right.
There's no rule that you have to convert a direct to indirect speech. It completely depends on what you want to convey. For example, active speech is a straightforward sentence, or direct speech is a straightforward sentence where the subject is in the limelight. The focus is on the subject. But if you don't want the focus on the subject, then it's different. For example, I can say that I lost my phone. That's a direct speech. Okay. Now, if I have to put an indirect speech, I need to think really hard because there cannot be an indirect speech. I am the person and I lost my phone. If I want to make that an indirect speech, then I can say somebody stole my phone. For example, I got a job. Okay. Now, I can either say I got a job in Infosys, or I can say Infosys has offered me a job. Are you still there, Vinod? Vinod, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm on call.
Yeah. So you can either say I got a job in Infosys, which means the focus is I, which means people will appreciate, wow, Vinod got a job in Infosys. I can make it an indirect speech and say Infosys has offered me a job. Now you will take the back seat, Infosys will take the front seat because the focus is on Infosys, that wow, a company like Infosys has given you a job. But when you say I got a job in Infosys, it means wow, Vinod has got a job in Infosys. So you are changing the focus on the subject. Now, what is the rule? There is no rule. It completely depends on what context you want to portray. Say for example, I'll give you another example. It may not be a completely indirect direct speech, but this is playing up with your words in terms of numbers. Say for example, you ask me a question or you ask me for some information and I say give me a minute, I will quickly answer. Alright. So I can say give me a minute, I will quickly answer your question. Instead of saying give me a minute, I will answer your question, if I say give me 60 seconds, I will answer your question. When you hear 60 seconds, the number 60 is greater than 1, so that keeps playing on in your head and you wonder it's going to take a long time. The fact is 60 seconds makes 1 minute, but what we hear, we end up paying attention to the number. That's why when we are writing, in case if your number is very small, say for example only 32% people are interested in this job, I can write the number 32 and percentile sign. But if I don't want 32% to get the focus, I'll expand it. Out of 10 companies, only 4 companies have come for the drive. Out of the expected 50%, only 32% have got the job. Now both my numbers are less than expectation. I want to portray a different picture. So I can say that we are really happy to announce that 4 companies have already announced offer letters and we have 32% of people who got the job. Now number 4 is coming in front, number 32 is coming later. Even though 4 is small, but playing with my words gives the focus on number 4 and makes it sound really good. So if you have to write a paragraph or essay on the most memorable day, you want to focus on certain incidents, keep that on focus by using as a direct speech. If you don't want to keep that as a focus, then push it as an indirect speech. Okay. Now coming to the question, what's up? What's up is a slang. For example, in America, there are different ways of asking how are you doing or how are you. In British English, it's asked how do you do. How do you do is how are you. Now in American English, how are you doing basically means how are you. If you go to the East Coast, which is New York region, they don't say how are you doing, they say how you doing. How you doing means how are you doing, they contract everything. If you go to certain areas like Mississippi and all those areas where a lot of farmers live, who live on farming fish and all that, their language is very different. If you go to Texas, their language changes. If you go to Alabama, the language changes. There they ask how goes it, hey how goes it. How goes it means how are you doing. Now that's a very culture specific question. What's up is what's going on, how are you. So when somebody says what's up, say I'm doing good, how are you. So I'm doing good or I'm doing very well, how are you. Some people have changed what's up also and they ask what up, WHADDUP, what up. Now don't talk like that, it's not considered good, it's considered as if you're trying to act like someone else from a different country. So how are you doing, how are you is a good question. How do you do is a very refined way of asking, and the response for what's up is I'm doing good, how are you. That's a perfect answer. Now fluency, you are saying that when you speak to a person who is communicating well, your fluency seems to be better, your vocabulary seems to be improved and enhanced. At the same time, when you are speaking to a person who himself is not able to communicate well, you struggle. This particular behavior is called adaptation. When I am speaking in Hindi to certain people in Hyderabad, my language changes, the words that I use changes. When I am speaking to someone in Hindi from Mumbai, it changes. We got a caller, I'll continue with the answer. We got a caller, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Sir, fine, sir. What about you?
I am doing good. Please ask your question.
Sir, what is the differences between obedient and faithfully and sincerely, sir?
Okay. Obedient is usually used for people who obey rules. Obedient is used for people who follow rules and instructions. For example, it's used for students. He is an obedient student because in school you have discipline. So that's an obedient. Sincere means from your heart you are true about your efforts. For example, I sincerely apologize for cancelling a session 2 weeks ago because I had a genuine reason and I genuinely understand you guys waited. So I'm very sincere about it. Faithfully is used in very old classic language in British English. Yours faithfully. Faithfully basically means a person whom you can trust. My watchman in my apartment is the most faithful person I have around me because I can trust him. If I give him something, if I tell him something, he will do it. But faithful is also applicable. The reason I am saying it's a classic word because when British were ruling in India, they expected everybody to be faithful to them. They tell something and we are supposed to do it. Obedient again is not applicable. Obedient is used in terms of students. It was used when people were in boarding school. You have to wake up at 5 o'clock, done, they wake up at 5 o'clock. Go to bed at 7 o'clock, they go to bed at 7 o'clock. Finish the assignment, they do it. Means they obey the rules, that's why he is obedient. If you are sincere about what you do, you say sincerely. Now, faithfully is a classic language. Now, in email, don't use faithfully yours or yours faithfully. Don't use yours truly. Yours truly is a very personal way of closing. On an email, you can say regards or warm regards. So that there you go. That's the difference between obedient, faithful, and sincerely. Faithfully and sincerely. Did you understand?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So going back to fluency. So when I'm speaking to people from different region, my language changes so that they understand what I'm saying. The idea is the receiver of the information is understanding what I'm saying. So when you're speaking with a person whose oral communication is really well, the person is very fluent, you are trying to keep up. It's exactly like when you are speaking to a small kid, when you are speaking to a very elderly person, 80, 90 years old, they have a hearing problem. So you go and say, hello, my name is Vinod, I got a job in A.P.S.S.D.C. So say congratulations, thank you for your blessing. You speak louder. But when you're speaking to a kid, you won't say I got a job in A.P.S.S.D.C. The kid is not going to understand what is A.P.S.S.D.C. and what is a job. So you put it a little differently. Your words changes, your tone changes, your rate of speech changes. All this means your vocabulary is changing, your fluency is changing, because fluency we speak about rate of speech, we speak about tone, we speak about the entire usage of fillers, foghorn, so on and so forth. So you are adapting as per the listener's ability to receive information, which is good, which is fine, but you should not be struggling. Don't try too hard to look for very, very simple words. Day before yesterday when I was conducting the practice session, I wrote one of the paragraph as pertence. One student called and said, we never heard the word pertence. Now I could not immediately think of a synonym or similar word for pertence. P-E-R-T-A-I-N-S. Pertence means in relation to. This particular training pertains to the student's development. This particular training is in relation with the need for training for the students. But at that point of time, I could not think of a synonym so that I can explain. Because pertence is a commonly used word. It's very, very commonly used in corporate sector and general communication as well. So that time I struggled and I found it little difficult. That will remain a challenge, because if you speak in certain way, if you are used to have certain words in terms of your usages, it's difficult to find something else. For example, when I do content writing for websites in my office, I use the word leverage a lot, L-E-V-E-R-A-G-E, that we leverage technology for enhanced user experience. Now somebody asked me, give me another word for leverage. I said, I can't think of another word. All right, we have a caller. Great, we have a caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. What's your name?
I'm Uma.
Yes, Uma, what
Calling
is your
from.
question?
My query is: some people say spoken English and grammar English is different. Is it correct or not, sir?
Ma'am, can you repeat your question?
Some people are say
Yes.
spoken English and grammar English
There is no
is
difference
different.
between spoken English and grammar English, ma'am. When you speak, you need to have proper grammar.
Okay, sir.
Grammar is the backbone of the language. Grammar is the structure of the language. So if you are speaking in English, grammar is needed. Without grammar, you can't speak. So when they say spoken English is different, grammar English is different, that doesn't make, the statement doesn't make sense. I think what you want to ask is an informal communication or colloquial way of communication. Colloquial may means a very layman term of speaking. Say for example, ATM, we go to ATM to withdraw cash. If you ask somebody what does ATM stand for, the layman term or colloquial way is anytime money. Anytime you go, you will get money. But that is actually not the full form. The actual full form is automated teller machine. So your question, I think, is about what is the difference between an informal or colloquial English or a spoken English with perfect grammar, and the difference is grammar itself. When we speak in a very colloquial way, we don't really make sense. For example, people usually say the rain is falling. The rain cannot fall, it's raining. People say it's raining outside. Everybody says that. What are you doing? I'm about to go home. No, please don't go now, it's raining outside. Obviously it will rain outside, it cannot rain inside. We have a roof on top of our head. So it cannot rain out inside, right? So it's raining outside. No, it's raining. The blood is bleeding. It's bleeding. The sun is falling on my face. How can the sun fall? So that's a colloquial way of speaking where you are translating from your mother tongue or vernacular language to English. So the difference is presence or absence of grammar. Alright, did you understand?
Thank you, sir.
Alright, ma'am. Any other question you have?
No, sir. No, thank you.
Alright, where are you calling from? Ma'am, where are you calling from? Uma, are you there? Disconnected. So, Uma, are you there? Oh, another call. Hello, good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon. Hello, please ask your question.
Hello?
Please reduce the volume of your television when you're asking question, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Kusma? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead. What is your question?
Kusma from After Technical Degree College. Hello, sir. Hello?
All right, ma'am, please ask your question.
Anybody can speak English, I will understand, but I will not reply.
Okay, when anybody is speaking, you are able to understand, but you are not able to speak. Is that your question?
Yes, sir. Hello?
Ma'am, please ask your question again. I am having little difficulty understanding what you're saying.
Okay, sir. Anybody can speak English, I will understand,
Okay.
but I will not reply with her.
Okay, so
To
when
communicate-
somebody is talking to you, you are able to understand, but you are not able to reply to them, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why you are not able to reply to them, ma'am?
I know, sir.
Why?
Well, and
I know speak English.
You know to speak English. You are speaking to me in English right now. What is your name again?
Kusma. My name
Kusuma.
is.
You can speak English. So English is a language that you can speak. If you say I can't speak, then I wouldn't have understood your question, which means you can speak very well. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
But do you know why you are not able to speak?
I know, sir.
Why?
I am in Telugu medium, not in English medium.
Ma'am, I am also from Hindi medium, not English medium, ma'am. How I am able to speak, ma'am?
Hindi English conversation, but Telugu English were
Ma'am,
different
Hindi
from the.
English is very, very different. When I got my first job, I was terminated because I could not speak in English. So English, Hindi also very, very different.
I can speak English just to average, sir.
No, it's not average. There are two things which I need to tell you today to Kusuma. Do you have any more question before I start answering? Any other question you have?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Do you have any other question? Do you have any other question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please ask.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please ask your question.
How to performance interviews for girls, sir.
How to?
Performance the interviews for girls and they
How to
allow.
perform in an interview for girls? Ma'am, is that your question? How to perform in an interview for girls?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. What is the question? I could not
Sir,
understand.
how to perform an interview for girls, sir?
Yeah, I will speak about interview today. Don't worry. There is no
Sir,
difference
girls
between
performance,
interview.
please tell me, sir.
I'm sorry. Please ask.
Sir, you are telling me about boys. Please tell me about girls, sir.
No, no, no. I am not telling about boys. Interview is same for boys and girls. It's for everyone. It's the same. The only difference in an interview between boys and girls is the dress code. Today I will talk about the dress code. Don't worry about it. Okay?
Okay, sir.
All right. Now, Kusuma, are you still there? Okay.
Hello. Tell me your answer, sir.
Yes, I am giving you the answer. There are two things because of which you are not able to speak when it comes to responding to someone in English. Before that, there are two aspects in terms of English language which we need to know. One is articulation. The second one is comprehension. Okay. What do we mean by comprehension? Comprehension means understanding. Whatever the other person is saying, am I able to understand or not? Kusuma said, when others are speaking in English, I am able to understand. Any language, there are two aspects to it. One is understanding what the person is saying. The second one is responding to what the person asked. Articulation is a way of response. Comprehension is your ability to understand. Articulation is your ability to put together words and respond. The biggest problem in terms of articulation that we see in people in general, reason number one is fear. People can speak, but they choose not to speak. Kusuma can speak very well, but she is not speaking. When I said I am able to understand you, please ask your question, she is still not able to do it because she has a fear of making a mistake. Please remove this fear from your mind. If you have the fear, you will continue to feel that you are not good. Number two is belief. She said, I can speak, but I can speak on a very average way. What do you mean average? Who are you to say you are average? You are good. You need to feel that you are good, only then others will think you are good. As a kid, when we used to go for some stage performance in school, singing competition, dance competition, poetry recitation, we used to stand in front of the mic and we used to stand like attention pose, and we used to say, today I am going to sing a song, if I make a mistake please forgive me. When you say you're going to make a mistake, that means you will make a mistake. We have a caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. What's your question?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
I am doing very good. I am very happy you called. What's your name?
Saranya, sir.
Sharanya, what is your question?
Sir, what are the words look at, stare at, gap at, glare at, gaze at, and aim at, sir?
Sorry, can you repeat those words?
Look at, stare at, gap at,
Look
glare
at,
at,
look, stare. What is the next one?
stare, sir. S-T-A-R-E, stare at,
Scare, okay.
gap, G-A-P-E, gap,
Gape,
gape, G-A-P-E, gape,
okay.
glare, G-L-A-R-E, glare,
G-I,
G-L-A-R-E,
glare, okay. Alright.
G-A-Z-E,
Gaze,
gaze, aim, A-I-M, aim.
okay. What do you want to know about these words?
What are these words mean for, sir?
Meaning.
Yes, sir.
Did you try finding on the internet, on dictionary, what is the meaning? Did you try?
Yes, sir, but to see, sir, but all these words mean for to see, sir.
Okay, alright, I'll tell you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'll quickly tell you. I'll answer this question once I finish answering the previous question. The previous question was about ability to speak. So have the belief in yourself. Have the belief in yourself. You need to have the faith in you. You need to have the confidence that I'm good. When you feel that you are not good, you will end up saying that you are not good. And try to speak more and more. Clear? That way you will be feeling good about yourself. So don't think you are average, don't think you can't speak. You need to try. Okay? We need to take a break right now for a technical reason. So we need to take a break for 5 to 6 minutes. Once I am back, I will answer the question of Sharanya, which is what's the difference between looking, staring, gaping, glaring and gaze. The difference is in terms of use and context. So I will give you the answer. Alright. Thank you. We will see you in 5 to 6 minutes. We need to take a quick break for a technical reason. Thank you. I'll see you now. Alright. We All right, welcome back. So the news is the reason we had to take a quick unscheduled break. We didn't schedule it for 2:45, right? We had to take a break because there was an important update that I got from A.P.S.S.D.C. and that needs to be communicated to all of you. That's the reason I had to take that break. So what is that information? So I kept telling you the companies are coming very soon. So here is the first piece of news for all of you. Capgemini is coming for the drive from 25th October to 30th October. Capgemini from 25th to 30th October. These are the 6 regions, these are the 6 districts where they are coming in. Kurnool, Kadapa, Anantapur, Chittoor, Nellore, Prakasam. These are the 6 districts where Capgemini is coming and conducting drives. The college will be notified. So please get started, work hard, practice more, be serious now. Capgemini is a very, very big company. I know they have a huge office in Hyderabad. I will try to show you some pictures of some of the companies tomorrow. It's a very big company. So let's have that on the screen, please, so that the students can take this down. Please remember Capgemini coming from 25th October to 30th October. The 6 districts are Kurnool, Kadapa, Anantapur, Chittoor, Nellore, Prakasam. These are the 6 districts or the towns, cities where Capgemini is coming and conducting drives. And you very well know how they conduct these assessments. They will have an extensive essay writing session. Essay writing, you need to write minimum 300 words. Minimum 300 words in 30 minutes. Then they will have verbal ability. Sorry, no, they don't have verbal ability in specific, but they do have general English. They do have aptitude. After that, they will have interview rounds. Today, I am going to speak about interview rounds, so don't worry about it. That will be covered. In interview, I'll speak about body language. And please remember, body language is common for everyone, boys and girls. Only dress code is different for boys and girls. I will talk about that as well. I don't discriminate only for boys versus girls, so don't feel like that. I'm sorry if you felt that way. So the lines are open again. You may call and ask your questions. Whatever question you have, now that you know the dates are confirmed for Capgemini, the 6 areas where they are coming in. Remaining districts, November 1st week or 2nd week. Capgemini will go to other districts as well. So the dates we don't have yet, but the phase is November 1st or 2nd week. That's the time that has been given to us. But the 6 places, those who have come in late to the session, the 6 places where Capgemini is coming, the dates are 25th till 30th, so total of 6 days. And Kurnool, Kadapa, Anantapur, Chittoor, Nellore, Prakasam. These are the 6 places where Capgemini is coming. Remaining areas, remaining places, they will come in the 1st week of November or 2nd week of November. So there you go, you have it on your screen. Please take this down. Please inform everybody in the college. Inform your friends, inform your batchmates, classmates, friends, roommate, cousins, everybody. And get started, start preparing now. The lines are open still. You can call and ask questions. Whatever your questions you have, based on what we have covered so far, you can call and ask questions. If you have a question pertaining to body language, hold on to that question. If you have question on group discussion and interview, please hold on to that because I am going to cover that today. Alright. So while we are waiting for the callers, I will switch to what I am supposed to do. We have a caller. Very good. I really like people who call. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, Ron.
Yes.
This is Vinod again. Sorry
Yes,
to
please
call.
go ahead. Are you the only person in the college?
No. It's not
Okay.
like that.
They are outsourcing all the questions to you?
It's not like that, but I'm getting more doubts. That's it.
Okay, no problem. Please go ahead. What's your question?
How to convert a normal sentence into an interrogative sentence?
How to convert a normal sentence to an interrogative sentence?
Is
Give me an example of a normal sentence, please.
like I'm going for a dinner, or anything. Have any sentence. It's up to you.
No, it's not up to me. You give me an example, then it will be easier for me to explain.
Okay.
If you have to convert a normal sentence into interrogative sentence, there is a term called question tag. Question tag, T-A-G tag. What it means is, you are hungry. Okay? This is a sentence. Vinod, can you see this on your screen? Vinod, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, can you see this on your screen?
No, it came out of room, so I wasn't.
Okay,
I won't be able to.
okay. Say for example, you have a statement which is you are hungry. You can make it a question by adding a question tag, which is you are hungry, aren't you? You are hungry, aren't you? You are bored, aren't you? You have money, don't you? So I have a statement which is you have money, you are hungry. I add a question tag and I make it a question, which becomes an interrogative statement. For example, imagine a cop is interrogating a criminal. You have committed this murder. Haven't you? So haven't you? Now the first part of the question tag should always be a negative, because you are confirming and you're making it like a question. You are hungry. Are you? No, that is wrong. You are hungry, aren't you? You have money, don't you? You really want to go home, don't you? So I convert a statement rather, not direct. I convert a statement to an interrogative one by adding a question tag. Did you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ron,
Ye-
one more thing, Ron.
Yes.
Is there any way I can communicate so that for any queries or something like that I can mail you?
Sorry, ask me that question again.
Can you provide your mail so that I can write any queries if I have in future, so that I can resolve it more quickly or something?
Yeah, I will give my mail ID. This mail ID will be for everyone with one specific purpose. Purpose number one, if you have any questions, you can email me and ask me. Number two, I have given assignment of writing 4 to 5 essays. I want to see how well you guys have written. So you need to send your essay or whatever to that email ID. I'll just give the email ID, I'll quickly type it and I'll have that, because I think it's really necessary where you guys are able to ask me questions. Just a moment, I'll quickly type. Okay, can we have that on the screen, please? This is my email ID. That's my email ID, ron.ramakrishnan@mactechid.com. Mactech is the name of the company. This is the website. That's the name of the website of my company. in case if you want to check, but my email ID is one which is on the top, ron.ramakrishnan@mactechit.com. Never say at the rate. When you're giving an email ID to anyone, never say at the rate, say at. So if you have any questions, you can send your question on this ID, and please send all your essays and paragraphs on this ID. And when you write the email, please write the subject line. Don't send an email without subject line. It's considered very rude and very casual. All right. Any more questions you have, Vinod? Okay, we have another caller. Do we have a caller? Okay, all right, no caller. So one person had asked the question. I'll quickly check where I have that. Okay, it was on fluency. It was on look, stare, gape, glare, gaze. Look means it's a momentary thing. Look outside the window. Stare means when you no, we don't need the screen now. We don't need the screen now. We don't need the screen. Production team, we don't need the screen. That was only for my note taking purpose. So Word document, please don't show. Okay, look means it's a momentary thing. For example, I say look outside the window when you're traveling by train. Don't put your hand outside the window like look outside the window. So something in the similar fashion. Stare means staring is considered bad manners. For example, this is staring. So if I am walking, I suddenly look at you and go, that is look. Gape and stare are both are pretty much the same, but only difference is when you say gape, you are constantly looking at one direction, but you're thinking something else. For example, if I'm in a classroom, I keep looking at the teacher like this, but I'm not hearing what she's saying. I'm thinking something else. We have a caller. We have a caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Hi, please ask your question.
Sir, when I enter into an interview hall, how I should wish the interview? When I enter into an interview hall, how I should wish the interview? If there is a single person, how I should wish, and there is a group, how I should wish?
How should you reach the room? When you reach the interview hall, how should I what?
Yeah, okay, sir.
No, what is your question? Can you repeat your question?
When I enter into interview hall, how I should wish the interviewer?
How
if there
you
is single
should?
person, how I should?
How you
wish,
should
and there is
what?
a group.
Okay, how you should? Why are you speaking so fast? Do you want to go home right now?
No, sir.
Then why do you speak so fast? What's your name?
Yeah, okay. When I enter into interview hall,
Yes.
how I should wish the interviewer?
How you should what?
Wish the interviewer.
What the interviewer? What is the word you're using in between?
How I should wish the interviewer, sir?
Reach the interviewer. What do you mean reach the interviewer? You are already in the interview room, right?
Sir, no, sir.
Can you ask your question in Telugu, please? I'm not understanding.
సార్ మేము ఇంటర్వ్యూ హాల్లోకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఒక్కరు ఉంటే ఏ విధంగా విష్ చేయాలి, ఇద్దరు గ్రూప్గా ఉంటే ఏ విధంగా విష్ చేయాలి, అంతే సార్ మా క్వశ్చన్. హలో.
Yes, hang on. Hang on. Production team, mute my audio, please. Mute my audio for a minute.
మ్యూట్లో పెట్టండి.
What is the question?
హలో.
Okay. All right. Audio on. Your question is, when you reach the interviewer room, how should you greet the interviewer? G-R-E-E-T, greet / wish. Is that your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you need to speak more clearly, sir. I am not able to understand. What is your name?
Sir, Shiva, sir, from Madanapalli.
Sorry?
Shiva.
Shiva. Shiva, why do you speak so fast? Is there any reason for that?
No, no, sir.
Then you need to speak a little slow.
Yeah, okay, sir.
If you go for an interview and speak like this, they will not understand. You said, when I reach the interview room, how did I reach the person? I could not understand what you said.
Sorry, sir.
It's difficult. So your question is, when I reach the interviewer's room, how should I greet the person, right?
Wish the interviewer, sir.
It's not wish, it's greet.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
Sir.
If it's one person, two person, how should I do it? That's a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't worry about it, Shiva. Have a little patience. I will conduct a dedicated program on interview skills, everything in terms of interview skills. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Today I will do it. Today I will talk about interview in specific, but I will start with body language first. Okay? So in an interview, when you reach the interviewer's room, how should you stand? How should you sit? How should you greet the interviewer? In case if you have one person, how should you greet? If you have two people, how should you greet? If it's three, how should you greet? Doesn't really matter. More than one, how should you greet? Should you sit or not? Should you shake hand or not? All this will be covered today as well as on Thursday. So all your questions pertaining to interview, how to respond to question. If they ask a question, I don't know the answer, what should I do? If they want to shake hand, should I shake hand or not? What should I do? What kind of shirt I should wear? For girls, can I wear a necklace? Can I wear my earring? All that will be covered today. Okay, so don't worry about it, that will be covered in detail. So I hope I answered Shiva's question. So I'm going back to what one of the person had asked. I think her name was Sharanya, who asked about stare, look. So stare is considered for a very prolonged time, and you should never stare at anyone. Stare is a negative behavior. Gape means when you look at someone but actually you're thinking, even if the person is talking, you will not respond. Glare basically means it's a disturbance, it's a visual disturbance. Say for example, now the lights here are put in such an angle that you will not see the reflection of the light on the board. Whenever we start every day, the technicians, they work, they change the angle of the screen so that there is no reflection. If there is a reflection, you can't see clearly. That's a glare, G-L-A-R-E, glare. Gaze. Gaze is again another negative term, informal way of saying staring and gaping. Alright, so that's the difference. So I hope I answered the questions which I got from all the callers. Only one call, the question I did not answer, and the question was related to interview. So like I said, today I am going to conduct interview session, and obviously all this information will be covered, all this details about how to, just a moment, I am just going to have this information for you. Okay. So what I will cover in very detailed way is your body language, your dress code, guys and girls. When I talk about dress code, what kind of watch I should wear, what kind of pen I should keep, what kind of glasses I should wear, how my hairstyle should look like, how should I stand, how should I sit, how should I hand over the file which has all the documents, everything will be covered today. Okay. So take a quick break. We need a break, you need a break. I want to start a new topic which is body language today. So take a quick break and we'll come back soon. Before we go on the break, I want to quickly show this slide so that you remember and you can take this down. So can we have the slide please? So Capgemini 25th to 30th October, 6 districts where they are coming: Kurnool, Kadapa, Anantapur, Chittor, Nellore, Prakasam. Remaining districts and remaining cities, the dates will be communicated, but the period would be 1st or second week of November. As and when I get more dates of other companies and areas and location, I will convey the message to you whenever and wherever I get the more details on this. Okay, all right. So Capgemini, I'm repeating, Capgemini, name of the company is Capgemini. The date is 25th to 30th October. The cities where they are coming is Kurnool, Kadapa, Anantapur, Chittur, Nellore, Prakasam. The remaining cities you will be notified. The tentative period would be November 1st week or 2nd week. The moment we get to know the date, that will be informed to you. Other companies also we will get the date and location. So the moment I get the information, I will put that on the screen and I will communicate. So you know this date, the company and the areas. Please connect with the rest of your friends, inform them, connect with your college officials as well, so that they are also aware and you can coordinate. Please don't miss out. It's a golden opportunity for you, and this training is going to help you immensely. All right, we'll take a quick break now. We'll come back and we'll get started with body language, where I'll speak about your gestures, your behaviors, your appearance, and certain more important aspect in terms of your confidence. All right, we'll see you soon. Let's go for a break. Thank you. Welcome back everyone. So let's get started. Now we are going to speak about business etiquette. Business etiquette means behavior and mannerism. So it says make the right impression. Okay. So what we're going to learn in terms of business etiquette today, let's have the slide on the screen please. Overview, understanding the importance, non-verbal cues, mannerism, table manners. So I'll go slow so that you guys understand and you can also make a note. Yes, we can have the lines open in case if you have question, you can still call, no problem, I'll take questions. While I wait for the callers to call in, I will continue with the session. So we'll talk about overview, we'll talk about understanding the importance of it. Non-verbal cues means your gestures. Mannerism, table manners. Okay. Now imagine you are helping a friend, your friend needs to go to the hospital. So when you go to the hospital, what do? You look for the general physician because he has cough, cold, fever due to the viral infection. So you go to the hospital and you look for the right doctor. Now there are 3 separate rooms. All the 3 rooms has a general physician inside. Okay. So this is the situation. You need to take a friend to the hospital. Your friend needs to be diagnosed because of viral infection. You go to the hospital and you go to you find 3 rooms. Each room has 1 general physician. When you go to the first room, you see this particular doctor. Okay, the doctor looks like this. Would you be interested for your friend to be treated by this doctor? Most of you, rather almost all of you will say no, you don't want this doctor. So you go to the next room. In the next room, you see this particular doctor. Now this particular doctor is also not looking way too good. The first one is looking mentally unwell. He looks like a mental patient himself. The second doctor on the extreme left, he looks like a person who is very sad and depressed. You will not be fine with this doctor as well. Then you go to the third room, you come across this doctor. Now you will be thinking that yes, the doctor in the middle is the best doctor because he is looking fine. Now you don't know what is the qualification of these doctors. Imagine it's quite possible that this particular doctor is the best doctor in the entire country. He has a lot of qualification and he has treated people really well. This particular doctor is not very good. Whatever diagnosis or medicine he gives, it does not cure the patient. And it's quite possible, I am talking about the possibility, it's quite possible that this doctor in the middle is a fake doctor. He does not have any certificate, nothing. He just looks little decent. He is wearing an apron, he is wearing the stethoscope, and you feel that he is the best doctor, right? So let's listen to the caller first. Good afternoon, you have a question?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Alekia from Mampally.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question, sir.
Go ahead, ma'am.
In the interview, if the interviewer asks how much salary you are expecting,
Okay.
what should we answer, sir?
Okay, in terms of salary expectation, the response is very clear. Now that I am talking about body language, I will speak extensively on interviews.
Yes, sir.
I will also talk about questions that they ask and what is an appropriate answer.
Okay.
So in my interview session, this will be covered, ma'am.
Okay.
So once I cover, if you do not understand, you can always call back and ask me more questions on that.
Okay.
I will give you the exact answer what you should give. All right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Any other question you have, or anybody in the classroom has a question?
Will you, sir?
Any other person has a question from your group?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
Shall I
right.
give him?
Please reduce the volume of your TV when you are asking question.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Please ask your question.
Sir, what is the difference between a HR and an interview, sir?
What is the difference between?
HR round and interview round, sir.
HR round and interview round.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Interview is a process where somebody from HR wants to interact with you, somebody from the team wants to interact with you.
Okay, sir.
Interview means interaction. In the interview, there will be 2 rounds or 3 rounds. One will be HR round, one will be technical round. Technical round, they will ask you technical questions, domain questions, questions related to the subject.
Okay, sir.
HR round, they will ask questions regarding you as a person, regarding your personality. For example, they will ask you about your hobbies, your strength, your weakness. Are you willing to sign a bond? Are you willing to travel to a different location? Where they are trying to gauge the person's confidence level and the attitude. That is HR round. Technical round, they will ask technical questions like how do you explain C, C++? How do you explain a data table? How do you explain a variance? So very, very technical area. HR round means they will ask questions about you. So in interview, HR round is a kind of an interview. In an interview, there will be HR interview, there will be business interview, there will be technical interview, there will be psychometric interview, not for you guys, but a different kind of work. So that's the difference. All right?
Sir, I have another question, sir.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Sir, while starting the GD, how would start, sir?
I will talk about GD in detail, sir.
Okay, sir.
There will be one segment which will be dedicated for group discussion, so I will answer that question. So it
Okay,
will
sir.
be
Thank you,
included
sir.
as a part of the portion. If you don't understand, you can always call back and ask questions. All right, so let me continue. So among these 3 doctors that you see on the screen, you feel the one in the middle is the best doctor because he is looking good. He is looking decent, he is looking professional. All right. You don't know any background about this doctor, but you feel the one in the middle is the best doctor. The fact could be the one in the middle is a fake doctor, the one on the right is the best doctor, the one on the extreme left is also a very good doctor. Quite possible. But we don't think that way. We don't think that way because of one primary reason. As human beings, we have 5 senses, right? 5 senses. What are these senses? To feel the touch, to smell, to taste, to hear and to see. These are the 5 senses. We also have 6th sense. The 6th sense is called common sense. Some people don't have it, some people have it. Everybody should have it. So we have 5 primary senses. When you go for an interview, the interviewer is engaging only 2 senses, that is to hear and to see. As human beings, our eyes are in front, our ears are on the side. Even though our eyes are in front, we can get on almost 180-degree angle. I know my hand is here, I can see it, even though my eyes are in front. So when a person approaches you, when a person is walking towards you, the first signal that the brain gets is what you see. After that, you get the information what you hear. What you see creates the first impression. On the screen, when you saw the middle doctor, you saw that he is looking very decent, so that means he is the best doctor. When you saw the extreme right doctor, you felt he is the worst doctor. Even the left is not a very good doctor, but the middle one is the best doctor. Because the signal that you are getting from what you are seeing, your brain is creating a picture, creating an image about that person's ability. If you can do that to a doctor, the interviewer also has the right to do that to you when you enter the room. That's why the way you appear has to be in sync with the impression that you want to create. Now we always wonder, what do we mean by impression, right? I wish somebody could call and give me the answer, what do we mean by impression? But what we are trying to do in an interview is, they are the HR personnel, they are trying to understand what is the attitude that you are portraying. What attitude do you portray when you go for an interview? What do we mean by attitude? Attitude means, number one, action plus perception. I am engaging in one particular act. I am constantly answering my phone call or messaging while I am training you. That's my action. Perception means, what do you derive out of it? What do you think I am doing? That's a perception. The perception is based on my action. If my action is good, the perception will be good. If the action is bad, the perception will be bad. Perception means, what is the view of people when they interact with me. Impression comes from perception. Perception takes time to build. Impression gets created instantly. So my action has to lead to a good perception. We have a caller. Good afternoon, we have a caller. Please ask your question.
Very good afternoon.
Yes, please ask your question.
This is Vinod again.
Yes.
I'm really sorry for calling you again.
No problem. You can call as many number of times free of charge. Ask your question, please.
Ron, which one is an appropriate referring to a person next to us in a corporate or during an interview? How do we refer the interviewer, with name or so? Which one is an appropriate one? Because in most of the corporates, referring by name is considered as a good, good thing rather than
Correct.
so.
Correct.
So which one, when interacting during an interaction with an interviewer, was it the same? I mean, or else we should call him as so or something like that. Which one is an appropriate?
All right. I'll answer your question. In an interview, you should never call the person by the first name or last name. You should never call a person by the last name without using the title. For example, if a name of a person is Rajiv Gupta, I can either call that person as Rajiv or Mr. Gupta. I cannot call Gupta. I cannot say Mr. Rajiv. I can say Mr. Gupta or just Rajiv. In an interview, never use the name of the person, always refer to them as sir or ma'am. Sir is S-I-R. Don't pronounce that as sar. Sar, I have a question. Sar is S-A-A-R. So don't say sar, I have a question. It's not sar, it's sir. Sir, I have a question, and don't say madam or madam. Madam has asked me, madam. It's not madam, it's ma'am. Sir or ma'am. In a professional environment, when you do not know the people well, when you do not have too much time spent with them, always refer to them as sir or ma'am. If you see, when I refer to you guys, even when somebody calls, even though you are a student, I refer to you as sir or ma'am. That's a respectable way. In an interview, you being a student, you should refer to everybody as sir. It could be an interviewer, it could be a facilitator, it could be a trainer, it could be an official, does not matter. Use the respectable term which is sir. Especially in an interview, don't make the mistake of using the name. If you use the name, it means you are being very casual and you're trying to gel well with the person by being little modern, very quick. You need to take time. When you join an organization, again it differs. If it's a typical Indian company still prefers people to be called as sir who are on a little higher level. For example, my manager, if his name is Mohan, I will say Mohan sir. I have technicians here, I call the person's name. There is a main person here who is using this camera, the person who is using, if I remember, his name is Mr. Prabhakar. So I call him Prabhakar sir. The technician upstairs, the main person is Mr. Harsha, so I call him Harsha sir. because when you add sir, you are respecting. It's an Indian context. In Indian companies, please do use the sir and ma'am. American companies, they don't really appreciate. It's okay to use the name, but you got to be careful. Use the first name only. If you use the last name, you need to add a title, Mr., Miss, Doctor, Professor, Colonel, Brigadier, whatever it is. So in an interview, please avoid calling anybody by name. Don't make that mistake. If you're working in an Indian company, use a sir and ma'am. If you work in an American company where the culture is such that they use names a lot, first name, then you can go ahead, use the name. So I hope I answered your question. Okay, all right, let's continue. So when we go for an interview, they are looking at our attitude. So my action has to create the right perception, because this perception will lead to impression. Impression is something which gets created very quick. From the time you knock on the door and ask, may I come in, and you sit, until you go, you leave the room, you are getting judged. People are reading you, not only in an interview, but even when you're working. People are watching you very closely, your behavior. You may be spending 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour. I have conducted interviews for 1 hour also. It could be whatever time you are spending inside the room to attend an interview, but it takes 6 seconds. It takes only 6 seconds to build an impression. All you have is, within 6 seconds, the person has to have an amazing impression about you, and you need to keep on building on it, up and up. It cannot go down. How do you build this impression? Like I said, human beings have eyes in front, they first see you. So dress really well, dress in a very professional way, behave in a very professional way. Once they are finished seeing you, now they want to hear you. Now when they hear you, it has to complement, it has to add more value to what they have seen. It should not go down. Now sometimes what happens, we make mistakes, we see something, we create an impression in our mind, a perception in our mind. Within the 6 seconds we create an impression. When we speak to that person, the actual scenario becomes completely different. I'll give you an example. I was invited for a wedding by a colleague of mine. So I went for the wedding, and he used to tell me about his relatives who all are coming from which country. There are a lot of relatives living abroad, they are all coming. And I went for the wedding. So you know the wedding function hall, lot of people. So I wanted to drink water. The ceremony was yet to begin. So I asked him, Praveen, I need some water. He said, I can't help you with water, please go help yourself, self-service. I said, where do I go? He said, go towards your right, there is a kitchen area, so you will find water there. And you know in function hall how clean the kitchens are, right? Obviously not very clean, it's dark, only one light, lot of people working, lot of dirt, water on the floor. So I entered the kitchen, and this was like 6-7 years ago. Entered the kitchen, and there was a person who was coming out of the kitchen. He was wearing a white banyan with lot of masala marks, turmeric and all that marks, because he was cooking. There was a towel which he had on the shoulder, and he was wearing a white lungi which is folded on the knee. So nicely folded, he is wearing a banyan t-shirt kind of thing, lot of marks, lot of sweat, and there is a cloth which is hanging, and he had a big thing on his hand which is used to cook. So he was coming out. I saw him and I asked, sir, excuse me, water dry undi, throat dry ayindi, water ekkada unnaru undi. I can't speak Telugu, right? So I asked, water ekkada undi, dry ayindi. So he takes off his cloth, he wipes his sweat, and this is what exactly he said. He said, gentlemen, if you want to have some water, just go back and take a right. you will see a water filter and there are glasses, disposable glasses. Just go help yourself, man, have a good day. And he just left. And my face was like this. And I was still confused. I went back to the main hall. I asked my friend, he asked me, did you have water? I said, yes, I have. He's like, why are you looking so confused? I said, no, I met a person in the kitchen. He's like, oh, you must have met my mama. I remember I told you about my mama. He lives in Chicago and he loves to cook. So he is a head chef for my wedding. I'm like, so he is from Chicago. He's like, yeah, he's been living there for like 25 years. He's like completely American now. I'm like, okay. What happened? I said, no, nothing happened. Then I was telling myself, the reason I was speaking in broken Telugu, because his appearance was such that I thought he is a labor in the kitchen department and he can't speak Hindi also. So I need to try speaking in a very different way using actions. I did not know who he is. He is a businessman. He has a multi-million-dollar business in Chicago. But just because he was wearing a banyan and lungi with lot of marks and the cloth towel, very sweaty, very dirty, I assumed, or my perception was that he is a cook, he cannot speak. Did I look at his talent? No. Did I look at his success? No. I didn't look at anything. I just created an image in my mind and I went ahead with that. So I did something wrong. I don't know that person and I created an image. Imagine if you don't dress appropriately, how can people read you? Just a moment. I have a little problem with the microphone. Okay, this is fine now. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, I hope I am audible to everyone. So what happened? When did my perception change about the person? The perception changed when I spoke to him. But till the time I spoke to him, maybe what if I did not speak to him? I saw him and I just left. I will keep thinking that he is a labor from the kitchen area, because I did not give an opportunity for him to speak. So when he spoke to me, my first impression went away, a new impression came. But ideally what it should be, you create an impression and then you add more value to it. That's why you need to focus on the way you speak. Your communication skills will take your impression higher. The first appearance will build an impression, your communication should take it higher. We have a caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Shahida, sir.
Yes, Shahida. Please ask your question, ma'am.
Sir, in which cases we should use weird words, sir?
I'm sorry, for which question we should say we are good?
No, sir. In which cases we should use weird words? Weird means strange. Hello?
Can you ask your question again?
In which cases we should use
In
weird
which?
words, sir?
In what cases we should?
Use weird words.
We are good.
We are not, sir. Weird. W-E-I-R-D.
Okay. What is the next word after W-E-I-R-D?
That's it, sir. In which cases we should use that word only.
Can you pronounce the word for me?
Weird.
Okay, it's weird. It's not weird. I heard
sorry.
weird, so I mistook that as we are.
Okay,
It's
sir.
weird. W-E-I-R-D is weird. Weird means strange.
Okay, sir.
So the synonym is strange. When should you use it? You can use it instead of strange. For example, I have a phone, suddenly it's not working. It's very weird that my phone is not working suddenly. Or I can say it's very strange that my phone is not working. But you can't use it for a person. For example, I met a strange person. You can't say I met a weird person. Weird basically means something that confuses you. Weird basically means something that creates a very confusing situation in your mind. For example, I was supposed to go for a wedding. There were two weddings happening. I went to the wrong wedding hall, and it was a very weird situation because I was confused.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so weird means a strange situation which creates confusion in you. And the pronunciation is weird.
Okay, thank you,
Weird.
sir.
Yeah, thank you, Shaida ma'am. All right, let's continue. So the way we communicate should add more value to the way we look. Our appearance should get complemented by our communication, which means I think both are good and both are enhanced. That's why I keep saying that focus on your communication. Even if somebody gets a little wrong impression about you, the way you look, the way you speak can completely change it. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to talk about the key points in terms of body language. It defines your personality, it drives perception, few things in terms of social behavior and general mannerism. This is what we are going to learn in specific. Key points in specific. Can we have the slide on this screen, please? The slide on the screen, please. All right, thank you. So it defines your personality, drives perception, social behavior, general mannerism. So these are the key points that we are going to learn today. Now I am giving you 5 body language tips. These are the golden rules to impress anyone. If you can master these 5 key tips, you will be amazing and you will see a change in the way people interact with you. First one, smile, make it contagious. Contagious means infectious, which spreads. All right. What we have seen in general is when people smile, it creates a very healthy environment. When people smile, it creates a lot of positivity around you. So when it comes to meeting a person in an interview, we want to see a person smiling, not frowning. You should not look very sad, you should not look nervous, you should not look not interested. That's why we say smile. But when we smile, there is a way of smiling. For example, I am a candidate and you are interviewer. So I come to the room, I take my place, and now I am doing a fake smile, which is not a general or genuine smile, it's a fake smile. So I will smile like this. Good morning, sir. Sir, my name is Ron and I am pursuing my B.S.C. and I am interested in this job because I am a hardworking person. Now what is happening? It's not looking genuine at all, it's looking very fake. So I need to smile. While I am speaking, I should smile. For example, when I greet people, good morning, good afternoon, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you doing? You have a question for me? I'm very happy I'm attending this training session today and I'm interacting with all of you. Thank you. So I'm smiling a little, but it's very genuine. Now you cannot like look at a person, smile and again become serious. It look very, very fake. You should not do that. Point number 2 is sticky eyes. Sticky eyes, at the same time it says don't stare, don't look away. Can we, okay, when I am reading a point, I want the presentation on the screen, please. Sticky eyes, don't stare, don't look away. Let's freeze this for 5-6 seconds so that everybody can take it down. Sticky eyes, don't look away, don't stare. Big baby pivot. The third point is big baby pivot, which means do not ignore or don't ignore. Number 4 is limit the fidget. I will explain what these points mean. I will give you examples. Limit the fidget, do not touch. And the last one is hands, active speech reduction. So please go ahead, make a note of these points. Smile, make it contagious. Sticky eyes, don't stare, don't look away. Big baby pivot, don't ignore. Limit the fidget, do not touch. And hands, active speech reduction. I hope you have taken down these points. Now we don't need the presentation. We will focus on what I am saying and what I am illustrating and showing to you. Alright. So first one, smile, I already explained what it means. Now let me explain what is sticky eyes. When you meet a person in an interview or any social gathering, we don't need this slide anymore. We don't need this slide on the screen, please. Thank you. So when we go for a social gathering, when we meet somebody in a professional environment, we are basically keeping an eye contact with the person. When you are speaking to the person, you are supposed to look into the eyes of the person and speak. Right now I am speaking to you. I am looking into the camera, so it looks like I am speaking to you. What if I look somewhere else? If I am talking continuously like this, now I am looking somewhere else, but I am talking to you. You are here, but I am looking there. So in today's session, I am going to tell you what a good eye contact means and what a bad eye contact means. Right now what I am doing is a bad eye contact because I am not looking at you. You will not be interested to talk to me if I continue talking like this. That's why I need to look here. My eyes should be focused on your eyes, nowhere else. Now what happens in a scenario when you're doing a presentation? You feel sometimes very nervous and scared when people are looking at you. So the smart way is look here on the forehead. When you look on the forehead, it looks like you're looking at the person, but that is applicable when there are a lot of people sitting in front of you. But if you're speaking to a person one-on-one in an interview, in a meeting, you're supposed to look into the eyes of the person. Now when you are looking at the eyes of the person, it also says don't stare. Stare means like this. Yes sir, I have come here for an interview. What is your question? This is staring. This is something which you should not do. You are supposed to look so that it looks respectable. There are people who talk, who look somewhere else and they talk. That's not allowed. Like in movies. So you have a character standing here, you have another character standing there. So this person is looking into the camera, the other person is looking here, but this person is talking to this person. So it creates confusion when you are speaking like that. Imagine if I talk to you looking somewhere else. You will not be interested, you won't even understand whom I am speaking to, right? That's why eye contact is very, very important. Number one, it shows that you are interested talking to that person. Number two, it shows that you are a confident person. When you look into the eyes of the person and respond, it means you are confident. Third point is big baby pivot. Big baby pivot, let me explain what do we mean by this. You understand a baby, a small kid. Imagine if a small baby is playing or doing something, the moment you call them, if they are busy, for example, I have a toy and they are busy doing something, the moment you call them, they turn around and they look at you. Imagine this is a person standing here, I am doing something. The moment they call my name, I leave everything and I turn towards that person. Big baby pivot means my shoulder, okay, my shoulder should face the person whoever I am speaking to. If I am speaking to two people, so we have three cameras here. This camera is for close up there is another camera which is wide. Can we have that activated please? The middle one. Okay. So now this is one camera and the first one which you saw, yeah, this one is close up. Now imagine there are two people I am talking to. So when I am talking to this person, my shoulder is this way, my eye contact is here. So I am talking to you. What if the other person asks me a question? So can I still look here? No, I need to look here. So I am changing my head a little bit, I am changing my eyes direction a little bit, and I am now, you feel, this person feels that I am talking. Now there is another person, so I am changing slightly, yes, thank you, the technicians are working so hard. So here I am, my shoulder again was straight to you and I am talking. Now what if there is a person this side? You can't even see. So I am responding to that person and I am looking here and talking to you. So if the setup is like a circle and you are asking a question, I cannot stand like this. I need to turn, which means you need to see the entire frontal portion of me when I am talking. So I get to know which camera is active, so I am changing my direction a little bit. When you go for an interview, imagine you are sitting and there are two interviewers. So right now you asked a question, I am answering. Yes sir, I am pursuing my B.S.C, my B.Com final year, and the other person asks me, why do you want to join this company? Thank you for your question. The main reason I want to join this organization is the foundational knowledge which I will gain through my experience for next 1 or 2 years, sir. Now this person asks a question, what is your expectation? So the biggest expectation I have from this organization is giving me a platform to learn and explore myself. So I am changing my eyesight, my direction of my eyes, but I am also changing slightly my shoulder. That is what big baby pivot is. When you engage in a body language, I am so sorry, when you engage in a body language like this, what happens is the person feels that you are interested, the person feels that you are giving due recognition, due attention to the person whoever you are speaking to. So smile, like I said, make it contagious, look professional, look into the eyes of the person. Second one is sticky eyes. You are supposed to make an eye contact, but at the same time you are not supposed to stare at the person. And big baby pivot basically means you change the direction of your eyes, your shoulder, so that the person feels you are giving complete attention. Point number 4, this is very important. Point number 4 basically means do not touch anything, limit the fidget. Fidget basically means if I have a pen on hand, imagine this is a pen and you have a clip on the pen, people keep doing this, tuck, they keep doing this. If there is a clip on the pen, they keep doing this. I am wearing a watch, I keep doing this while talking. Okay. If I wear a ring, I don't have a ring. People who wear ring, they keep doing this particular gesture while they are talking. Their hand will be down, but they keep doing this. Some people have the habit of their hand inside the pocket when they talk, something like this. When they are talking, yes, this is the right angle. Yeah, so can you please do that work? Can you do that? So this hand is inside the pocket. It's very rude. Hand behind, I am keeping my hand behind so that if I do any movement it will not be visible. Even that is bad, because behind my back I am playing with my ring. That is also bad manners. Limit the fidget basically means you should not have anything on hand until and unless you are using it. I have a whiteboard here, I have a chalk piece here. So when I am writing, I am using this. Once I am done writing, the proper address of this particular chalk piece is the table. I am not writing or erasing anything, that is why the duster is on the table, which means If I am not using anything, I should not keep it in my hand. It creates unnecessary distraction. The distraction, when the distraction happens, my audience will lose focus on me. That's why we should limit the fidget. People who wear a lot of bangles, girls, please don't wear a lot of bangles when you go for an interview, because when you're using your hand, it will start making noise and it will create a distraction. Limit the fidget also means you should not touch yourself. For example, if I have a little itch on my nose, I will excuse myself. Excuse me, I'm sorry, excuse me. Like when I sneeze, I excuse myself. I apologize for it. So I have to be careful. Some people have the tendency of talking like this. So what I mean to say is, no, should not be done. Some people have the habit of keep playing with the collar. I should not be doing that. I am not supposed to touch myself. Like my face, if I have to do it, I need to seek permission. Excuse me. Okay, thank you. That is right. And the last point in terms of the key body language traits is hands active speech reduction. My hands are my gifts of God. I can use it to explain or emphasize on something. When you go for interview, you will have very little time to impress. So I am saying very little time. Am I saying very little time? Am I doing this very little time? No. I am saying very little time. I am changing the tone of the voice. Very little time to impress, which is only 6 seconds. Only 6 seconds. So I am using my hand again to emphasize. My hands are amazing tool to reduce my speech. That's why I say hands means active speech reduction. For example, if I am in a classroom and I want to ask a question, you don't know whom I am asking the question. Yes, please. If I do this, means the person has to stand up. While the person is answering, I say, all right, all right. If I say yes, all right, let me answer. Okay, let me answer. But the person will keep on talking. If I say, all right, let me answer, please, let me answer. That means I am using my hand to say, stop it. Don't interrupt me anymore. If a person is far, like 15-20 feet far, he can't hear my voice, I don't want to scream, and I do this. Come, do you want to eat? So I am not speaking, but my gestures are telling that person what to be done. In terms of hands, you got to be very careful about certain gestures which defines your personality. Say for example, I am writing something on the board. Okay, I have all 4 fingers, 1 thumb. If I want to point out anything, I can point out like this. I cannot use my fingers. I cannot do this. I should not do this. That's why you will see I use all my fingers, my entire palm. Never use any finger, particularly the middle finger is considered abusing someone. You should never, never, never use your middle finger at any given point of time. It's rude, very, very rude. And if I have to point out something, I will use 2 fingers. For example, attitude has 3 syllables. Attitude. So attitude. I can't say attitude. I can't do that. I know in our school everybody used to use fingers. Do you have a question? Do you have a question? Yes, you stand up, come here. Absolutely wrong. Never do that. Now we use body language because it depends on certain culture. In certain cultures, certain gestures mean something. For example, if I do this means everything is fine. If I do this means thumbs up, everything is fine. But if you do scuba diving means people go underwater in the sea with the mask and all that, you can't talk. If you do this, that means you want to go back to the surface of the water. But in general scenario, this means good or thank you. If you go to California region, in America, there's a West Coast California, San Francisco and those places, people who drive car, for example, there is a crossroad, no signal, there is another car coming, so I stop so that that person can go, or he stops so that you can go. You want to thank that person, so you can do this. This basically means thank you, this gesture, thank you, like you do this, that means thank you. This means I want to go up in scuba diving, otherwise this means everything is fine, everything is good, thank you so much. When you do this in scuba diving, that means everything is fine. But in India, this means excellent. How was the food? Excellent. And we nod our head like this. Around the world, when you nod this, that means it's a yes. When you nod this, this is a no. But in India, we have this. Nobody can understand what this means. Even I find it difficult. So gestures, signs may have a different meaning. You will be amazed to know, if you go to Vietnam, or it's either Vietnam or certain parts of China, if you go to a tea shop, because they drink tea a lot. So you pay some money and you can drink unlimited tea, because you finish the tea and they will come and pour some more tea into the cup. While you are talking to a person, how do you ask for more tea? Let's have this camera on, please, the wide angle. So on the table, so if you tap on the table like this, you see my fist, if you tap like this, that means they will come and give you more tea. That's a signal. So when you do this, that means they will come and serve more tea to you. That is the body language as per that particular culture. Okay? In Hyderabad, when I moved from Bangalore to Hyderabad, I was in the bus, I was going to my office, and that was first day or second day in Hyderabad. So I was looking outside the window, first time in Hyderabad, nice city, lot of flyovers, and very new to this place. Sorry. So suddenly I heard a noise, and the noise was snapping of finger. You know what is snapping of finger? This is called snapping. You can hear the sound. This is called snapping of finger. I heard that sound very close to my ear, so I didn't pay attention. I heard 2-3 times more. I still didn't pay attention. Suddenly I heard a loud voice, hello, ticket, ticket. It was basically the bus conductor who was asking me to buy ticket and whichever destination I am going to, and he was doing this. I felt very bad, I felt very angry. I said, sir, please don't do this. Tell me that you want to buy ticket. Because in North India, this means very, very insulting. For example, I am going on the road, there is some guy standing in front, he is looking like a beggar, and I say, hey, move, and I do this, move. This also means I want to fight with you. When we say I want to fight with you, our body language also changes. We roll up our sleeve, yes, we do this. Instead of rolling up the sleeve and do this, if you go to North India and do this, that means you want to fight with that person. But in Hyderabad, in the bus, this means, do you want to buy the ticket? Please buy the bus ticket, tell me where you are going. So a body language changes from one culture to another. You got to be very careful. You need to keep it neutral. Your gestures when you are speaking to someone, use both the hands. Don't keep one hand behind and another hand in the pocket. It's not advised, and some people keep the hands like this also. Lot of people say this means a sign of nervousness. This means you are a very closed person. But when we are paying attention, when we are listening to something with lot of concentration, even then we keep like this, which is fine, but not too much. But your movement of hand when you are speaking to someone, it should not go above the shoulder or the eye level. It should not go below your waist. For example, I went to the zoo and I saw a very tall giraffe. No, I cannot do that. I saw a very tall giraffe. So I am keeping it within my forehead or the eye level. I saw a bike, it was very short. So I am using it only till here. I am not going down. So my hand gestures are within the waist level and till the eye level. So this basically constitutes of a professional behavior. For example, some people have the habit of clapping while they are talking. What I want to say is, now this is wrong. Clapping is an appreciation. Clapping also means excitement. For example, after this training session, let's go for shopping. Wow, let's go for shopping. So wow, it's a sign of excitement. But you cannot clap in an interview. I will ask you a question. Are you ready? You say yes. And he asks a very simple question. And you're like, wow, it's a very easy question. No, don't do that. Don't show the over excitement by clapping your hand. You will use it only when you appreciate something. Alright? Never snap your finger. And when you point out at something, don't use your fingers. Don't say this, there are 3 cameras. No, there are 3 cameras. 1, 2, 3. Clear? So I hope this was quite helpful. So tomorrow when we speak about more body language aspects, now tomorrow we have a holiday, tomorrow and day after we have a holiday, we do not have a session. What I will do on Thursday is, I will speak more on body language, I will give you more information on body language. Okay? Now before we go to a much more detailed version of body language, I will speak on handshakes. That's very, very important. Should you shake hand when you go for interview? Yes or no? If it's yes, how should you do it? If it's no, why you should not do it? I will talk about all that. How the grip should be, how the position of the hand should be, I will talk about that as well. Okay? Before we end today, I want to show you 3 pictures. Okay, let's have this on the screen. Now the first picture you see an orangutan and a chimpanzee. The second one you see a cobra and a swan. And the third one you see an athlete, a human being, which she has just won a race, and you see this. So the first one, remember, try to visualize this picture and keep that in mind, in your memory. The orangutan and the chimpanzee, the cobra and the swan, and you have the athlete. Alright? Now pay attention. In animal kingdom, it's always been observed that when an animal is scared, when an animal is feeling threatened, or an animal is excited, when they want to show that they are big, when they want to show they are big, when they need to show they are powerful, they expand the body like this. Okay? That's why a cobra it looks like a normal snake, but when it's under threat, it opens up the hood. Okay? So you basically mean, when you see a cobra with the open hood, that means don't mess with me, don't try to trouble me. When you see a swan with a huge wing, that means it's going to attack you. When you see a chimpanzee doing this, that means a chimpanzee is very angry. All these behaviors in animal kingdom means only one thing, and that is they are trying to expand the body, they are trying to show a little bigger in size. Okay? We human beings also, we have the tendency to do that. When we want to show we are good, we have less confidence, we walk like this, our shoulder is like this. Okay, I just finished giving an interview, I don't know will I get the job or not, so I stand like this. You see the curve? The moment I get to know I got the job and nobody did, then I stand like this. Hello, thank you so much, congratulations, thank you so much. You see a lot of people who go to the gym, bodybuilding, we walk like a normal person, and these people, they walk like this. They all stand like this, as if they have something kept here, because they want to show that they are powerful. Your body expands when you want to show something which your mind is telling you to show. And something very, very magical. There is a scientist who was doing a study of human behavior in Europe, and she was doing a research on an athlete who is a runner and who is blind from childhood. She hasn't seen anything in her entire life, and she is an athlete. When she won her first race, she did this. She opened her arms. Now this researcher was very, very confused. This person hasn't seen anything in her entire life, but when she achieved something, when she was successful, she did exactly this, what a normal athletes do. Yuvraj Singh takes the catch and he does this. That means you have achieved something. The point that I am trying to make is, irrespective of animal or a human being, our body language is based on the foundation of what you are thinking and what you want to show to the people. Whatever you show to the people, that's your action. How they understand and receive it, that is their perception. You can control your action, you can influence the perception. It's like a fan regulator and switch. You can decide should the fan should be off or on, that's a control. But you can influence the speed of the fan from the regulator. So it's in your hand. Your action will regulate the perception of the person whoever you are speaking to. So focus on your action, focus on those 5 golden rules of body language that I spoke about. A good body language enhances your confidence level, it enhances the impression and the perception of your personality. Alright. So Thursday we will meet, we have 2 days gap. Please practice on everything that you have been taught in technical aptitude and communication. You have your drives getting started very soon. 25th of October, Cap Gemini, coming to 3 different locations. Okay. So we know what these locations are. I am going to show it to you one last time. Let's have this on the screen please. 25th of this October, 25th October to 30th October, Kurnool, Kadapa, Anantapur, Chittoor, Nellore, Prakasam. So 2 days, make use of it, prepare very well. Thursday I will speak even more in detail with your body language, how to give an interview, how to stand, how to sit, how to greet, what to wear for boys and girls both, how to shake hand, how to give the file, how to answer questions effectively and be successful in interviews. Why students fail in interviews, why some students succeed, everything will be told to you. So thank you for being lovely audience. Thanks to all the callers who called. I will see you soon. Have a great day and happy Dussehra to all of you, your friends, your families, the college staff, teaching, non-teaching staff, everyone. Happy Dussehra, have a happy festival. Take care. Thank you so much.